Acknowledgements. Writing about calculus for the general public has been a wonderful challenge and a lot of fun. I've been in love with calculus ever since I first learned it in high school and have long dreamed of sharing that love with a wide readership, but I somehow never managed to get around it. Something would have always come up. There were research papers to write, grad students to mentor, classes to prepare, kids to raise, and a dog to walk. Then, about 2 years ago, it dawned on me that my age, like yours I bet, was increasing at a rate of 1 year per year, and so it seemed like that was as good a time as any to try to share the joy of calculus with everyone. My first acknowledgement is there to you, dear reader. I've we've, I've been imagining you for decades. Thanks for being here now. As it turned out, writing the book I always meant to write has been harder than expected. It should not This shouldn't have been a surprise, but it was. I've been immersed in calculus for so long that it's been hard to see as to the eyes of a newcomer. Fortunately, I've been helped by some very smart, generous, and patient people who did not have the foggiest idea when calculus was or why it mattered, and who certainly didn't spend every waking minute think about math the way my colleagues and I do. Thank you to my literary agent, Katinka Matson. A, a long time ago, when I offhandedly mentioned that calculus was one of the greatest ideas anyone ever had, you said that was a book you'd like to read. Well, here it is. Thank you so much for believing in me and in this project. I've been blessed to work with two brilliant editors, Eamon Dolan and Alex Littlefield. Eamon, I can't begin to talk. I can't begin to thank you enough. Working with you was fantastic from beginning to end. You were the reader I always had in mind. Whip smart, a little bit skeptical, curious, and eager to be treated. Best of all, you found the structure in the story before I did and guided me with a firm but gentle hand. I give you for asking me to do draft after draft because you made the book be better every time. Truly, I couldn't have done it with you. Alex, thank you for shepherding this manuscript to the finish line, for being such a pleasure to work with in every day. Speaking of pleasure, with a treat, it is to be copy edited by Tracy Grove. Tracy, it almost makes me want to write another book just for the good natured education you give me every time we work together. Editorial assistant Rosemary McGiddes, thank you for your cheerfulness, efficiency, and attention to detail. And thanks for to everything at Houghton Mifflin Harcourt for all your handwork and for being such good team players. I feel lucky to work with you all. Maggie Nelson with the illustration of this book, just as she has to for my others. Thanks always for your sense of whimsy and collaborative spirit. I'm grateful to my colleagues Michael Barani, Bill Dunham, Paul Ginsprang, and Manuel Suri, who kindly read sections of the book or entire drafts, improved my phrasing, corrected my errors, who knew that there were too many and offered helpful suggestions in the jovially nitpicking fashion that every academic hoped for. Michael, I learned so much from your comments and wish I'd shown you the book earlier. Bill, you are a hero. Paul, you are what you always are and the best at it. Manil, thank you for reading my first draft so carefully, and best of luck with your new book, which I can't wait to read it in print. Tom Gilofich, Herbert Fee, and Linda Woodard, thank you for being such good friends. You let me blabber on about the book for close to 2 years as it was helching and never wavered in your encouragement or, as far as I could tell, your attention. Alan Patterson and John Stilwell, I admire you work enormously and feel honored that you shared your thoughts with me about this book. Thank you to Rodrigo Tetsuo Genton, Tony De Ros, Peter Soder, Tums Tessel, Stefan Sacho, who allowed me to discuss the research and reproduce the published illustrations. Tum Rai, you've heard me say it a million times, and even though you don't understand what it means, I know you get the drift. Who's a good boy you are. Finally, thank you to my wife Carol and daughters Joe and Leah for all your love and support, and for putting up with my distracted ear, which must have even be even more annoying than usual. Zeno's paradox about working halfway through the world took on a new meaning in household when it seemed like this project was approaching completion but never quite getting there. I'm so grateful to you all for patience and love very much. Steven Storat Itacha, Itacha, New York.